What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer. Today during the Overwatch League Grand Finals, Blizzard showcased the brand new upcoming Samoa map, which is a control map that'll be releasing in Season 7. And in this new map, we got a rather interesting little sneak peek of a room which appears to contain some teasers for the highly anticipated upcoming new hero, Mauga. Now, I will be doing a proper fly-through of this map based on the footage they showed off, but first, let's just take a look at the Mauga room, shall we call it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mauga is a character who's been long teased and long anticipated as being an upcoming new Overwatch hero ever since the days of Baptiste's origin story and the release of Sigma. He's been a character that people have been highly anticipating to finally make it into the game, and lo and behold, it appears that Blizzard is finally teasing his appearance with this room here. So first, to break it down, we know for a fact that this is Mauga's room because of this shirt we see here on the right. This shirt is identical to the shirt we saw him wearing in the Baptiste short story, and given that Mauga is of Samoan descent, it makes sense that he would have a place here in Samoa. We can also see some very Mauga-esque details in the back. We get a big hammock, which he presumably sleeps in, along with a big punching bag and a poster of Zarya, and given that Mauga is a pretty big guy who does a lot of physical activity and lifting and stuff, it makes sense that he'd probably be a fan of Zarya and have a motivational poster of her, so to say. We can also see some fun little details, what look like little shark slippers back near the hammock, along with a stuffed turtle, some weights he's lifting, a ukulele it looks like, or maybe a full-on guitar, kind of hard to tell. But then on the left, we have a very interesting little detail to take note of. So this looks to be some sort of mechanical workbench of some sorts, and on it we can see two separate red canisters, one of which very clearly has a biohazard symbol with the word stable beneath it. Now, given that everything else in this room seems to be focused on Mauga and his character, I'm willing to bet these two canisters somehow play into Mauga's kit, which means he could be a toxic focused type character, much like Caustic from Apex Legends, who somehow makes use of these toxic gas canisters as part of his kit and abilities. Now, based off of what we know from the short story and everything, he seems to be a Talon heavy unit, which basically means he has two dual miniguns. So I'm curious how exactly this canister is going to actually end up playing into his kit, assuming he doesn't lose the miniguns. I don't know, maybe he will. Maybe they'd shift entirely away from that old Talon heavy unit designed for him and instead focus on some sort of toxic gas type hero. But it is an interesting point to take note of. Now, one other detail worth noting here is this flag we can see in the back above the hammock. It seems to be some sort of oceanic inspired Pacific Islander type tiki image, but given that it's in a circle and has a very prominent ominous face in the middle, I'm wondering if this is either going to be his sort of hero icon of sorts, or perhaps more likely, the icon for his ultimate ability. I mean, it literally looks like an ult icon just sitting right there, so just something to think about, a curious little tidbit to say the least. Beyond this though, we unfortunately didn't really learn much more about Mauga in this brief showcase of the new map. The devs themselves didn't even mention Mauga by name or say anything along the lines of, oh, keep an eye out for new hero teasers. So perhaps once the map itself actually finally releases with the launch of Season 7, we'll be able to explore it more and maybe find a few more details worth taking note of. But for now, definitely looks like they're hinting at Mauga being an upcoming hero, and it seems like he might have some sort of toxic gas type ability. We'll have to wait and see. But on that note, now let's move into the rest of the footage they showed off for this brand new map. And I just want to sort of give my own commentary as we follow the fly-through they showed off, featuring all three different sub-maps of the overall control map. So let's get into it. First up being the Beach Point control map, where you can see a landscape made up of several different thatch-style huts on a coastal area, overlooking a very beautiful little cove that then extends out into the ocean. We can see boats out in the water, there's palm trees, sandy beaches, which are very nice. I personally quite like tropical settings, and I think this looks phenomenal for a tropical Overwatch map. Getting more into the center region, we can see a rack with a bunch of boats, wooden-style canoes, as well as some sort of mechanism there on the left, not quite sure what that is. But now we get properly to the point itself, which they did mention is in a bit of a recessed portion, as you can see that we're flying over now. So there's going to be a lower portion, kind of like the downtown for Busan, where the point itself is going to be low ground, thus making it sort of dangerous to hang out on. But now we're flying into a sort of back region. You can see there was a mega health pack back there and moving around to the other side of the map. Basically, this is just a mirrored version as most control maps are. We're getting a sort of fly through of these mid portions between the spawn rooms and the actual points themselves. And again, more huts and stuff, giving you a general sense of the layout and the direction players will have to move. Also, an interesting thing to point out is that they have brought back the control point dropships as the spawn rooms on this new Samoa map, which is a bit interesting. We haven't seen these proper dropships since the original control point maps, which released when Overwatch 1 first released, so interesting to see them make their return. Next up though, we have a look at the downtown portion. This is much more densely populated, a bit more modern looking with the paved streets and cars and everything. Fairly reminiscent of the Oasis city center map control point. Again, we see different roads and stuff moving around, but then we get to the center region where the point is itself. We have this really cool tall clock tower, which looks like it sort of sits in the middle of the point itself. So again, like the city center on Oasis, it serves as this sort of central thing which the point itself surrounds. And we can see a lot of cool different details going on here. The buildings, of course, are bigger and a bit more modern. A little aquarium you can see right there that we just flew past. Really fun detail to include. Fitting for a tropical map, so close to the ocean where there's plenty of fish. And we can see a little tunnel on the side there, which looks like it's being blocked by a bus, so presumably we can't actually go through that portion. And again, we're flying around more, and I really like the vehicle designs on this map in particular. I like that they've added new vehicle designs just as models to the game. And last, we get to what is perhaps the most exciting map point on the new Samoa map, the Volcano Geothermal Center. Yes, this is evidently some sort of geothermal power plant where they're basically using the lava to generate power. Interesting concept. I don't know how much that's typically done with active volcanoes. I guess in the future they have technology which lets them do so. But we can see here, yes, flying out over basically a sort of like side portion that just overlooks a massive open pit of lava. Yeah, it doesn't seem very safe. I imagine they probably have a lot of omnics working here as opposed to humans. We can see some rather interesting technology in use here up above, kind of reminiscent of Torbjorn's technology we saw in his workshop. But then we can see the point itself, which actually has a hole in the middle of it, kind of interesting, which drops down into a little sub area where again there's some more lava you can fall into. And flying away from the point now, we get into another little side area, which we can see here. Lots of computer screens and stuff talking about the different generators, going into a back portion, mega health pack right there, and flying through some of these side back corridors and whatnot. I'm kind of getting some Lijiang Tower Control Center vibes from this portion of the map, given how it's enclosed in a very sciencey type environment. But then we fly out of the facility itself and into a loading zone or a landing pad of some sort, where we can see the dropships are stationed and are where the players will actually be spawning. And there we go, a look at the brand new Overwatch 2 Samoa map. Overall, very exciting. A really pretty new map in my opinion. I'm really excited to get to play some matches here. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts on the brand new map Samoa shown off during the Overwatch League Grand Finals by dropping a comment down below. Is it a map that you're excited to get to play on, or is it one that looks sort of meh? Maybe you hate beaches, I don't know, everyone's got their own tastes. But either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, come follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. And special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible. If you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. And otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.